I come from Charlotte, North Carolina, and the problem that I encountered was a lifestyle that I ended up with having blocked arteries in my left and right leg. Technical term for the right leg was a femoral artery blockage with runoff, and the left leg was the same thing. I ended up having in the right leg a femoral bypass, which was about 6 to 8 inches of rubber tubing that I had put into my right leg. And then I had a stent put into the left leg, and again it was a pretty extremely long stent to cover the fact of the blockage that I was, or the constriction that I was having in my left leg.
This is a procedure that you already had. Tell me, what was your experience with your medical condition with U.S. healthcare?
Well, I sell insurance in the United States, health insurance in the United States. And I had investigated it quite extensively in being able to have the project done at 3 hospitals in Charlotte and 1 hospital in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And the difficulty I ran into is the fact that even though I have health insurance myself, major medical health insurance, the overall costing of what it was going to be, I couldn't get anybody to give me a finalized cost on what the project was going to be. They costed me anything from $25,000 a leg up to $75,000 a leg, and it was just open-ended.
So then you considered going abroad for your procedure?
I did. I started doing investigating, as I was mentioning to you. I had investigated going to Costa Rica. I had gone and investigated going to Singapore to have the work done. Looked into having the work done in Greece.
Oh.
So I actually did a little bit of investigating about going over and potentially having the project done in Belgium.
How did you come across MedJourneys?
Well, being that I have been selling health insurance for the last number of years, I had been following what was going on with the international medical travel itself. And when it came down to the costings of the fact that my age and what it was going to cost me out of my pocket against what it was going to be against my health insurance wasn't going to cover much at all in the end. So I investigated it on the internet. I started talking to hospitals around the world. I sent a number of emails, talked to a number of doctors, about 2 hospitals in Costa Rica, short conversation with people in Mexico, short conversation with Singapore, and actually I was leaning towards Singapore when I ran across MedJourneys. And I started talking with the people at MedJourneys. And
did it take you long to decide that MedJourneys was right for you?
About 2 weeks.
Did you contact other medical tourism companies?
2 others.
Okay. What differentiates MedJourneys from their competitors?
Actually, I got to talk to the doctors.
Okay, so it's not.
And there was the aspect that Dr. Tarani and Dr. Dr. Kataria were both board certified American surgeons. They had worked in the United States, and I had had the ability to be able to investigate them down in Miami, where they had had their practices at that period of time. And in conversation with the doctors on the phone, after they looked at my evaluation, I had a comfort level with them that I didn't have with anybody else. So,
tell me, how was your experience when you arrived, on arrival?
My experience has been excellent here. The hospital, the doctors, the IC unit, the hospital rooms itself. But as we've talked, there are some things that MedJourneys is addressing that a man my size needs to have taken care of. And as you expand your capabilities, you are addressing those things that are needed for people who are over 6 feet and over 200 pounds.
Thank you. How did you find the staff and all the medical people at the hospital? Were they accommodating?
Yes, yes, they were. Excellent, excellent.
Did you have any language barriers?
Minimal. Minimal.
And tell me what more you thought about your surgeon.
There was a medical team. I mean, when I came to have my arteries done and my legs. But in the end, I ended up having a complete body workup. And being that I was a smoker for almost 40 years and living a lifestyle that precipitated the reason why I was here, I wanted to take advantage of all the equipment and tests and evaluations I could have. So I had surgeons. So I had from the top of my head to the tips of my toes. I had everything looked at. Would
you recommend med journeys to other patients looking for medical alternatives?
Oh, most assuredly.
Yes. Okay.
I will. Among my friends, when I go home, I have no problems whatsoever to recommend med journeys and to recommend this hospital, Artemis Hospital.